Hey guys, quick update. The last review I did for FreshAir box, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's a e-liquid subscription out of Canada, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. But this is just an update for them. I emailed Vincent, as far as I know he's the owner of FreshAir, or one of them, and I asked him if he was open to suggestions or questions or anything. He said of course. So I asked him, first of all, what was with the presentation, because I didn't like that it just came in a plain brown box and it was just kind of boring. And he said they are working on a new presentation, they're trying to work out artwork, blah blah blah, all that cool stuff, so presentation is coming. The second suggestion I had was that they have a flavor menu in each of their packs, because what I found was some of the liquids weren't clear on what flavors they were, and the name didn't give any help. Like for example, they had the Oasis Valley by West Coast Clouds. I had no idea what that was before having to try it, work it out, and I didn't really want to have to go on westcoastclouds.com, look up their description to go back and vape it and find out. That was just a suggestion I had, that they have that flavor menu just so people know right out the box what they're getting and what they're vaping. So Vincent said yes, we are working on that already, thank you for the suggestion. Good for FreshAir. Second thing, I went to my first cloud comp at DashVapes here in Toronto. It was their grand opening and they had like 20% discount on juice and a lot of the hardware. They had music playing, food, water bottles everywhere, because obviously you need to stay hydrated while you're vaping, and just the cloud comps, trick comps, like just all different types of contests and giveaways and raffles, and someone actually just won a 50-inch TV from one of the raffles, so it was just a lot of fun. I'll post some pictures on here so you can just see what the atmosphere was like. I took a couple pictures, and yeah. But while I was there, I actually did buy one thing, and that was this t-shirt. It says "Eat, Sleep, Vape, Repeat." One of my favorite purchases in a while. Like, I just thought it was awesome. I don't have any vape gear apparel besides from that, so I thought it was cool. I'll put the link in the description for DashVapes and the link to this t-shirt so you know where to get it. Throughout my vaping life, I have tried Cartos, Clearos, the old disposable dripping atomizers, RDAs, RTAs, everything. And today I have a new favorite tank. This is the Kangertech Subtank Mini. It's a 22mm clearomizer with sub-ohm capabilities and a RBA section. Kangertech actually released the original Subtank, which was 25mm, and a lot of people preferred it over the Aspire Atlantis tank because it had a bigger juice capacity, and I guess this was subjective, but it tasted better as well, and it had the RBA section, so it was just kind of a step up on the Atlantis. But it got a lot of negative feedback because the industry standard for the size of the tanks, the diameter, is generally 22mm, and most mods that people have look flush with 22mm. So when they brought out a 25mm atomizer, it was like, what are you doing? Secondly, the RBA section was a really good idea. A lot of people were excited about it, but to install it, you had to unscrew the top cap, take it off, put in a new top cap, screw that in, and then install the RBA section. And after you've built the RBA section, done all that work, then you lost some juice capacity, and then the airflow was restricted. So I don't know, it was kind of like a prototype. They didn't work out everything. So Kanger brought out the Mini, and the Nano. I don't have a Nano, but what it is pretty much a smaller version. I think it's 18.5 millimeters, and it doesn't have the RBA section. So now you have a basic idea of what it is. Let's dive down closer and look into it with a bit more detail. Okay, so opening this box, this slides out and you get another box with all the specs on the back. It says what comes in it, some caution, which is always good to see. You slide this part open and here is your Subtank Mini, and this is the most important card. That's why it's separate, that you need to read. This is a caution telling you that there is organic cotton in the coil, that's the wicking material, and that you cannot dry burn it. So if you do not saturate the wick before installing it and filling the tank and letting it wick through, if you just put it in, fill up the tank, vape it straight away, it's not going to wick fast enough and it will burn the cotton and your whole vape will be completely gone. It'll be beyond repair. You can't fix that. So once you've got that out of the way, here is the Subtank Mini. It's a beautiful tank, really. You have that there. We'll set that aside. And you pull this part out. You get a user manual, and inside the user manual is the product authenticity card, and what that tells you is it just gives instructions on how to prove that you got a genuine product, which is cool. Then you have your user manual. It's pretty good with the pictures and stuff, but some of the English is a bit bad, but that is expected now. Then you get some organic Japanese cotton for the RBA section. You get you get some extra O-rings, some extra pre-wrapped coils. Thank God they give a blue screwdriver because you can never have enough of those. You get some extra screws for the RBA section, it's all good. You get a replacement tank because this is glass, and if you break it you can easily just pop in another one and try not to do it again. Finally, these are two coils. So on the right here there is I'll try and get this to focus. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the 1.2 ohm head. You can see the airflow cutouts there. The wicking holes there. There's one on each side, and you can't really see the coil. I'll try and get a light so you can see that. It's no, you're not going to be able to see that. It's pretty gunked up though, because I have been using this a little bit. There is another one of those coils installed. It comes pre-installed in here. You can see it in there. But that is the 0.5, so that is the sub-ohm coil. Then you get this little guy. This is the RBA section, and I'll show you inside. There's two parts to the chamber, so you have this kind of cone shaped thing, the section in there. Then you can take off this barrel, and here is your K-Fun-esque build deck. It's pretty simple, straightforward to build on. You place your coil in the middle and tighten the wires underneath these screws here. that is the RBA sections what I've been using, just because I prefer my own builds and not having to buy replacement coils really. So yeah, that's the ins and outs of the Kanger box of what you get. We'll take a look now at the actual tank. Okay, this is the Mini. We'll start at the top. Got a removable drip tip. It's quite wide bore, especially for a clearomizer. I mean, it's not huge, but it's pretty big for a clearomizer. Down here you have the adjustable airflow. That is a big slot for a clearomizer. I am telling you, that is a big slot. So you slide that over. It's pretty simple to slide. I don't know if you can hear, but it clicks into place every time you do it. So you have the smallest one, which is one hole. Slide it over, you get two. Then you get one massive one, and finally you can completely shut it off to get either a really tight draw, or if you want to prime the coils or something along those lines. Opening up the tank, here you have the installed 0.5 ohm head. It's standard how you take it out. It just pops right into that bottom section. It's a little better to see. You can see it's a horizontal coil, just a few wraps and the cotton right through it. So screw that back in. There you have the air chamber. And what I love about this is, look at the size of that opening that you can just pour liquid into. Like, you can open a bottle and just literally just pour it on. It's pretty amazing. Okay, real quick, I just want to apologize for the lighting. I know it got a bit darker because the sun is behind the clouds and I can't do much about that, so it's a bit darker, but that's fine. So that was a closer look at the Subtank Mini. I let it sit for a little bit with the liquid and I tried it, and I had never tried that liquid from evaporated before, and I can't stand it. I don't know why. It was probably a really bad idea, but I figured I'd give it a try because I was testing the liquids out anyway, and I really didn't like it. So I filled it up with another liquid from them, and now it's just vaping great. So you can see the vapor production is crazy for a clearomizer, and the flavor is just, it's on point. The flavor is honestly, it's like drinking the liquid. It's really warm because, well, this is a 0.5 ohm coil and I have it at 26 watts right now, so it is burning hot and it does go through liquid pretty quickly, but I think it's worth it. Like I said, this is my new favorite tank. I mean, to have the option of just buying a coil, popping it in, being able to sub ohm with that replaceable coil, getting great flavor, great vapor. The airflow is just, I love that draw, being able to choose if you want it tighter or looser. It's just pretty much everything I could want personally in a atomizer right now. I still like dripping, and I can still use something like my Orchid, but being able to have this tank that is giving me such great flavor, great capacity, it looks great, adjustable airflow and everything. It's perfect for me. I'm going to show you what it's like on the other airflow settings, but with the tank on the device, I find it hard to switch the airflow. So I kind of need to hold the box, hold the top of the tank, and just kind of grip in between on that knurling and just switch it. But I mean, that's not that much of an issue. So this is with 2 holes. This is the middle airflow. It's definitely, I get a warmer vape from the restricted airflow. You can still lung hit it. You can't really mouth hit it. I mean, you can, it's just not very comfortable. But I prefer the open one. On the smallest airflow setting, there's one small hole. And even that I find quite hard to mouth hit. And the lung hit, it's not good for lung hits either. So I guess there are some people that would prefer the tighter airflow, but for me, I keep it fully open. There was another point that I forgot to mention, and I'm glad that I tried out that liquid and didn't like it, because it reminded me of something. You can vape a tank of this liquid and fill it with a different liquid, and within a few puffs, within a few draws, the other flavor is completely gone and all you're getting is the new flavor. So before it was like the pear vanilla, and now this is a chocolate banana. And all I can taste is chocolate banana now, so it's pretty good with that. And I noticed it's the same with the RBA section and the 1.2 ohm coil. With the RBA section, I've just been building the single coil with 26 gauge and building it to about 1 ohm, and I vape it at 20 watts, and that is my all day vape setup. Plus, with a higher ohm coil and lower wattages, you're gonna burn through liquid slower. So if you don't like going through, say 15, 20, 30 mils a day, like you could go through that easily with this 0.5 coil. What else? It holds up with high VG juice. This is a max VG. I think it's around 80-85% VG, and it wicks really well. Like I don't chain vape really. I don't take pull and then pull and then pull and then pull. I vape every maybe 5 minutes, which is still pretty often, but it holds up really well. I haven't had any dry hits. The only dry hit I did get was with the RBA section. It comes with a 0.5 ohm coil pre-installed, and when I first wicked it and set it up, put it in the tank, I was vaping and it was really nice, and then boom, just like that, I started getting dry hits. And I guess the coil is spaced that they put in it. It's not like a micro coil. It's not tightly wrapped, it's just spaced, and I think maybe that was why it was getting hot spots and just it wasn't working very well. So I ripped that out, put in my own coil. I mean, it's so easy to build that it's not a problem. And since then I haven't had any dry hits. I picked this Subtank Mini up at Vape Toronto. It's on Yonge Street, just up from Dundas Square. They had it for, I think it was $50, and they also have the Nano for 40, I think, which is a good price at a brick and mortar store. So I picked that up there, and you can go in there if you don't get enough information from this video or any other videos. You can go in there and they'll explain everything about how to use it to you. I'll put the link in the description for the Vape Toronto website that you can go and check out and see what else they have. But I haven't had any problems with this Subtank since I got it from there. So if you liked what you saw today, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, we have a lot more coming, and go check out Vape Toronto for the Subtank Mini or anything else they have. Go check out DashVapes for their awesome apparel, and head over to WackedOutEcig, join the forum to be up to date with all the latest mods that are coming out, all the latest news that's coming out, all the latest deals from all different Canadian vendors, and be a better part of the vape community. Evaporated e-liquids. Stay tuned.